Hey guys, so I know this video is long. If you guys want to skip right ahead to the scenery build, which takes much of today's video, go right ahead and skip to this timestamp up here. If not, and you still want to see what happened since the last time, and want to see what I did off camera, go ahead, keep watching. You're gonna love it. Hiya Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Last time we were here, we successfully managed to get one of my, honestly, if I had to say so myself, one of my best creations in terms of station building so far. I know I've surrounded it way too much with trees, and that could have been a bad sign, but trust me, it's a good sign for now. And if anything, I can always just replace it with bushes if I wanted to. But truth be told, the building itself just speaks wonders. And to top that, redoing the cube path to work this thing around just really makes inspiration for something. I'll tell you that much. But that's not the only thing that that's not the only thing that achieves me. Well, a lot of other things are achievable, like that success coaster, the big one that over here that nearly goes up, well, it's not 200 feet exactly, but it's kind of there, close enough. It's not 200 feet. But it has enough ratings for me to consider calling it a success story, if you will. I'm glad to call it my escape from madness. So, on top of things, you know how since I've built the main entrance, the number of guests in the park had massively grown. And on top of that, there's going to be a lot more than just that group of guests. It's going to go into the tens of thousands, maybe even the 20,000s. I remember I did 20,000s with marketing on, but when I took off marketing, that number lowered because of the, well, pay attention to over here. This park rating, it includes a marketing bonus. If you market your park with God knows how much money you would have for that, then it would give you a small boost in rating, thus giving you more guests. And the higher rating, the more guests come to your park. Easy peasy. But aside from that, I did actually manage to put in an entirely new park entrance. This wide thing, remember? See how that's a big thing? Notice, it's basically another frontier version of the Planet Coaster Park entrance. I've managed to carry over some of the old features from the old entrance, like this top Planet Coaster over here, then take these two Planet Coaster signs, and then Jalen and Friends Park ticket banner right here. I've managed to incorporate those. Now, some of the signs that you see, the little poster signs and the poster arrows over here, that's significantly changed, and if I go to the back over here, some of it's the same. I will tell you right now that the posters that were here before are not gone. They are still in the park. I will have to show you when we get to them. But the entrance, this is entirely expanded to fill more guests. And this is going to be the big moment for this one. But aside from that, there is more that I built. Now, last time I was here, I also described that I wanted to build a jungle-styled coaster over here in this area. Unfortunately, the coaster in mind that I had didn't necessarily fit in the area itself. Like, I had to mess around with scenery. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to mess around with the pathwork that I've already laid out. So what ends up happening here is I just left it like this. I might fill this in with trees later, or maybe something else that could make this work in jungle aspect. But as far as things are concerned, I have a few other bits of scenery here and there to manage to get this thing not bland, if you will. So like, I know I have a temple, I know I have a temple water ride over here, but I figured I'd get a smaller one over here just for the just for the lulls over here. Like, this one's a bit of a, is that too high of a, like, no, I don't think that's high, and I don't think that's too high. I tried my best to get it to ground level, but yes, this is a temple. I'm gonna go into my scenery to have a look at who made it. I think it's, my instinct just tells me I know who made it, but I'd have to verify. Yes, a temple by, I hope I'm pronouncing this name right, D. Lady Signer. Or De Lady Signer. I can't even hope I'm pronouncing this right, but this person, crazy good in terms of scenery. I've seen some of the builds she's put up on her workshop. Even though I haven't kept it myself, totally fantastic work from her, and totally worth the checkout. One of the featured creators of Planet Coaster, at least in terms of the latest update. So, yeah. If you ever want to go ahead and check her out, the link to her workshop can be found down in the description, as well as the link to this specific temple. I also used another tree house in here as well, this one in particular. I think it's a log cabin tree house, isn't it? Yeah, this log cabin tree house, it is made by none other than another, is it female? No, it's a male, okay. Alright, small icons confuse me. So this is by a fellow, well, one featured creator on Planet Coaster, as well as a fellow member of the Channel 5 Gaming Planet Coaster Discord community. Shout out to Johnny5 Alive. But that's not who made this. This is actually Wix, who also does some incredible work. I'll leave the link to his workshop as well as to this specific treehouse down in the description as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff to make some filler for some good moments. I apologize for not including a coaster over here. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll try something. But now comes the improvements to coasters I've made. I've had to... Well, for one thing, I'm going to start off by saying that I went through the entire park, closed every single coaster down, resubmitted the entrance and exit. Closed the park, got through all the rides, make sure to refurbish everything to make sure that the maintenance was up to date. Managed to at least try and manage to get everything working properly and get everybody back into the park. Oh, I don't need this right now. And just make sure that everybody knows where they are, basically. But on top of that as well, I also would like to tell you guys that some branding has been added officially to the park as well. Remember when I said back in one of the last few episodes, I mentioned that I wanted to incorporate something within my replica, or the replica of Griffin that I had in my park, which turned into an entirely underground coaster. I have no idea whether this person wanted it, but I will tell you right now that one of my best buds who I hang out with on Twitch, Swizzle Griffin, has been given the honor of being named after this dive coaster. Colors and everything. Forget the blue, we've gone white, black, the colors of Swizzle Griffin. I mean, scenery is going to be a big work in progress too, I'll tell you that. I mean, we already have the entrance scenery here, but I'm pretty sure Swizzle can contact me later in regards to scenery around, like, the above ground sections. Like, the underground sections I've already handled in terms of, if I go down here, those of you who have seen me build this particular pre-made know that I've actually put up these little mushroom lamps to try and give some light to the situation. Like, it's a more natural lighting case, but I'm pretty sure if there can be found something better, then sure, I'll go for it. But trust me, I will never use ThemeMaker's Toolkit in this park. I'm aware that this is a new thing, ThemeMaker's Toolkit, but I just don't want to include it in my park because for those that want to stay pure and vanilla, I don't want to exclude them. Which is why I said, oh, well, I'll get to that later. But yeah, Swizzle, if you want to give me some ideas on what to do in terms of this, let me know. But as far as this goes, I also want to go back to this Aces Sky over here, the bobsled coaster. Notice how there's a lot of snow up in the mountainous area. The unfortunate thing about this is that there is no, like, in Alpine, there is no, like, if I go into terrain and go to painting for a sec, there is absolutely zero terrain paint in relation to snow, but there is scenery that contains stuff like snow, artificial snow blocks, snow boulders, etc. like that. I've managed to include those as well, but I've also decided to go to a limit. I absolutely have no idea how this is going to work out in the long run, but I could always extend it if I wanted to. And speaking of the coaster itself, I also had a contact with another one of my Twitch buds under the name of Darius the Snow, and surprise, surprise, the colors of this coaster. I managed to get it by his Sona's colors. Get a ref sheet, get the colors based on that, and there you go. The name of the coaster as well is by me as well, based off of his branding, Darius's Snow Lodge Bobsled. Now, both this and Swizzle the Griffin over here are just some examples of names that I would incorporate off of rides named after you, which I will explain at the end of this video. These are just some of the early examples of which I've hoped to get. But there's another thing that I may have missed going into this. In here, I went back to the lava lamps by Amori. I've decided to put in the purple lava lamp. It's not very well lit here because of how in the day it is, but if we switch to nighttime, you can definitely see that it carries a significance. But yeah, that definitely shows Darius's coaster around. Now for the rest of the coasters. Now Aces Sky is one of the 4 coasters that I put up as a poll on Twitter to resemble which coaster do you guys want me to build the station building for and any other scenery off camera. This one is another one of those, the Equalizer, the hypercoaster. I've managed to, if I went back over here to the corkscrew over here, and you notice how there's an arch over here, figured I'd wanted to try that one as well. And is this rough concrete? This is smooth concrete. Basically the same type of concrete wall that I used on the Zenith ride. This one's a bit colorable. I can manage to put some color into this one. And of course some, if I go over here, the molding, the steel roof, decided to try that a little bit. But no columns. Note how on the Zenith ride, if I go all the way back over to the King Ka-esque type, the Zenith ride, I included columns and colored the moldings around the area, and as well as the steel stuff over here. That was not included in here. I decided to put the molding on top of the steel roof and instead just put the steel roof over it, like that. As far as the queue path, just decorate it with these bushes. What color are they? The begonias? Yeah. And the tentative name is, whoever gets it, the Hyperspeed Furry. But yeah, that's one of it. Oh, and in terms of scenery, I had no idea of how I would execute this, but over here is some water geyser type things that can really do stuff. I don't know how I would be able to, unless putting them underground still works, then putting them above ground just shows that, oh, they're emitting geysers. But if I want to make it look like the ground is actually emitting those geysers. There's like a little geyser there. How would I be able to do that? I kind of want to... I do want to look into putting it underneath the terrain, but I also want to actually make it look like it. So I don't know what to do here. You guys tell me down in the comments if this is an executable choice in this matter. But as far as going back here is concerned, you don't notice anything from the start, but if I zoom in, there's a small little firework here that if I click on it, it's a colorable heart. I'd show off what it is, but I'm pretty sure those of you that's seen the firework will understand. Now the Zephyrus over here is not one of the ones in the poll, but I did decide I wanted to do this one anyway. I wanted to put this one on in the camera builds in place of that Malice Unchained that I did last episode, but it didn't feel right. So what I did though, really interesting, a lot of sunflowers on the queue path. Then over here, to fill this area, I just chose to chucked in some floral bushes. These are colorable too. Whoever gets it, I'm pretty sure they're going to color it after you. And then when we get to, let's close this. When we get to in here, I'm surprised that the guests are actually going on it, but notice as well how I've also managed to incorporate some of the posters from the main entrance in here. Take it as you will, but I've decided, oh, actually, I can actually do this right now while I'm still here. Yes, this is being done, quote-unquote, live. But I can actually get rid of the octopus, the octo poster. And if I go to scene... Can I? Can I? Poster? Yes, I can. Okay. So I would actually want to put this one up instead. Because I remember when I put it in the park entrance that I wanted to incorporate some of the entrance stuff, and I almost thought I wanted not to. What the fuck? I thought... Hang on. And there we go. I thought I wanted to just incorporate some of the good posters. I didn't even realize that the poster that was on the park actually had this. It's basically one of those historical moments, honestly. I kind of want to make that a historical moment, but I still want to get this coaster named after somebody as well as colored after somebody. So if this is you, well, you'll see at the end of the video what's going to happen. But yeah, that's what it is. And the next to last coaster that was on that poll was not actually a coaster, but a log flume. Question marks, rushing waters. Whoever gets this gets a water ride and gets their name after this. These are, again, this is a tentative title, if you will. So, yeah. The only issue that I have for right now is the rest of the coaster and it's in terms of the scenic aspect for the upper levels. But as far as the station building's concerned, I've tried to go creative a little bit with the moldings and the columns and what have you. Figured I'd try a little with the wooden pieces and then go straight to the columns. Tried a little dip, a little creative artwork on top. I don't know if the guests will actually see it when they get to it, but I think coming from, if I go down here, yeah, they can actually see it coming from over here. Then if they go over here, eventually it just disappears from their view. And especially when they go through the trees and everything to get to the log flume itself, the entrance is on the other side. They're definitely going to have that experience. So yeah, that's basically the rushing waters of this log flume. Unfortunately, for those of you that are wondering, oh, can I color the raft? Yes, you can. It's just... I don't know how I'm going to be able to tackle the logs apart from what you want. I want to keep the rafts natural. I don't know about whoever wants this coaster, so that's on them, but we'll have to worry about that when we get to it. But as far as things are concerned, I'm going to tell you guys right now that any pre-made designs that I've included, except for Griffin, the pre-made designs that I've included in this park, Alpinabahn, the triple looping, any of the jungle rides, none of those are going to be named after you guys, not even Clear Ice either. Not even Corkscrew either. I mean, someone could get Corkscrew to try and differentiate it from the Alton Towers version, but yeah, definitely worth the effort in trying to get that underway. Wild Mouse over here, I'm definitely going to look into naming after somebody, and this is actually the ride that we're going to focus on today. This is the ride, and while I want to keep the scenery around it right now, I also want to, if I go in here and check the QPath scenery, yes, this has 100%, but then the other thing that's on our minds on this one is, well, where's my inspiration? I have my inspiration. And that, my friends, will take it from, let's go to, I'm gonna filter by frontier and scroll to, I believe it's called Mouse Maze here. It's not the same type of coaster that I'm after, it's actually the same type of design that I'm after. Partially, if you will. It's like if I just raised it up to here, then I get an idea of what's going on. Mouse Hunt Hoarding panel corner. I could also go for Mouse Hunt Hoarding primary support. Mouse Hunt Hoarding. I'm surprised I'm going to be doing Mouse Hunt Hoarding supports for much of this coaster, despite the fact that this isn't a Mouse Hunt type at all. Painted wood plank. Got it. So I think I'm going to be doing the same painted wood plank walls for the Mouse Maze, from Mouse Maze onto Wild Mouse, but I want to try and incorporate the Mouse Hunt theming into this spinning Wild Mouse. Let me just get rid of the design itself. And this is actually a Manic Mouse, but I can definitely work with Mouse Hunt. So let's see how we can do this. Well, for starters, get rid of this. I'm going to start off by going to painted wood. And incorporating some of that. So what do I mean by this? Well, aside from the fence over here, I want to look into, yes, these arches. Oh, no, wait. Can I actually... Yeah, I can actually incorporate it into the existing station. There you go. Oh, and it's double-sided. Perfect. So we can do that. We can definitely work on that. So that's double-sided like that. Get the... Where is the station surround? Is it this one? No, wait. Arches. There we go. Arch. But luckily, though, this is the exact same color as the original, like, fence that's here. Like, I could get behind the fence. I can definitely get behind the use of the fence here. And that can be an additional add-on to the existing station building that I'm going to be adding here, too. But at the same time as well, I'm going to have to work off of what's in here to get this to work. Oh, did I put painted wood batten? I wanted painted wood plank. Let me Control-Z all of this, just so I can get... Yeah, painted wood plank. That's what I was looking for. These ones. It's not the same color. It's kind of... Well, oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's actually close enough to the existing station that I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. And, yeah. Get those in. Walls, definitely. Where's the... Painted wood plank. Not batten, but plank. Like these. I could do shop front, but at the same time, we already have the front windows as it stands. Like, I could put 4 meters here, 4 meters here. I'm covering the fence, I'm aware of that. Those are just going to be long gone cases, honestly. And yeah, that could work. But at the same time, too... Oh! Oh! Can I actually work this through? Can I actually let this sit? Can this work? I wonder if... Huh. That's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit either. The fuck? Oh wait, flat. That's right. Flatten. Oh, okay. I think that's right. Oh no, wait. Undo that. I can probably put this back in. We can definitely try this out. For sure. Oh, wait. Oh no, this is meant to be two-sided like this. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, maybe not. Definitely something to have to look into. So like if I did that, and then if I actually did the square arch to the right, then this actually connects. Like so, there we go. I'm surprised that that one was that kind of piece instead of, you know, that. I was surprised, honestly. So yeah, that's the actual piece. Interesting. Very interesting. So then let's say if I did a small arch here, per se. And then, let's get rid of these because I don't need them anymore. I definitely can work with those. And then if I went flat here... Oh yeah, definitely those. Like, it's definitely not the specific, like... Let's think about it. It's not the specific design approach I was looking for. And certainly, for sure, if I went back in here and go back to... Oh, I can't do painted wood. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even be able to do the roof anyway. I mean, the open roof doesn't sound too bad either. I can definitely work with that. But the real inspiration that I was after, let's go back to all for a second. If I go to mouse hunt for a sec. Yeah, see how all this mouse hunt panels are here? Primary support, secondary support, all that stuff. We have yellow fence there. We can definitely work with the yellow stuff here. Like if I did 8 meters here, I don't want to incorporate it in that building. I want to incorporate it in the area building here. So like if I did primary support fencing here. Like that's one piece I could do. And then if I did this, like I don't know how this is going to work. Like sure, I'm going to go ahead and put the supports in. But here's the thing I'm going to do, if I can get this right, like that. Like that's the top support. Now let's get secondary supports here. I mean, that could work, but at the same time I want to start working with this. Oh, this is... Oh... How high does this even go? Oh! Now that's something. That is absolutely something. Okay, so that top bit's probably going to be where the Mouse Hunt banners are going to be. So here's the thing now. If I go back into here and then start going all the way through this, right? Let's just say I did that, not that, and certainly not this either. Certainly not all of this, not even the fence work. It's basically all this. Duplicate, and then we start working with this. I have to make sure this is accurate enough. Like that's that. Then I keep duplicating. This is going to be a long duplication process, so I'll catch you guys once this is all done to finish off this segment. Oh. Oh, this is definitely not looking too good. This is definitely not looking too good. I think I may have just... Oh, God. Guys, I think we're gonna have an opening here. I think we might have an opening in the system. If you look at this the whole way through, like, see how this appears to be outside? I'm definitely keeping that segment the way it is. Like, oh my God, that has gotta be... I know what I'm keeping. Alright, enough of that. I'm just going to go back to this. Okay, so I'm back in mid-progress. I'm going to tell you a couple of things that nearly got me when I was trying to do this. So here's what's happened. I just realized that I'm trying to surround this whole thing with the mouse hunt columns. But as it stands, I'm looking at this from the kind of lens, and I'm actually seeing that not everything's going to fit. Like, take, for example, if we... the freeze before it saves. If you take a look over in here, in this particular section, you can see that a part of the spinning Manic Mouse actually goes off to the side, and if it looks like the poles are actually about to cut into the ride itself. That was an oversight on my part. I didn't even see that that was actually going to be a thing. But we can still improvise. Notice how over here, in the station area, I can actually do the exact same thing. Like, I'm going to do this, right? I can duplicate this. I've already put the extra column there just for safekeeping, but if I kept going down here until I managed to get every little piece of it and build that, then surely enough, chances are, I can definitely put together this. One step at a time. Just like that. But I bet you I'm going to have to line that with the Mouse Hunt lining to let them know, oh, this is where it stops. Just for safekeeping. Yeah, that should be good enough. I can try to work with this as best as I can, and then we'll see what we can do. But can this work this way, too? It can, okay. So I definitely had the time of my life with this one. It's just... Okay, that's... Okay. So I definitely had the time of my life with this one. It's just knowing where exactly the pieces fit is the other part. So yeah, that is the lining for this particular wild mouse. Well, at least the supports, the station, the actual supports. I need the panels now. Start with the panel bottom. We're going to try to get some lit ones. Hang on, can I even... Oh. Oh. These don't act like walls. They're actually panels. And it's not gonna fit. God damn it. I have a feeling that the framework's just not the way it's supposed to. Then again, I can actually line the top. Right? Can I still line the... like that? Like I can do that. But is that going to be aligned? Yeah, like now it's aligned. Then if I build by, and then did the same thing here, like that's going to be aligned, except I want to change here. Make that a lit instead. I'm surprised both of these are just labeled bottom and top, even though they're different colors. I can't... Remember how in Mouse Maze, for those of you that have used that blueprint, there were two different colors, the yellow and the red? I'm going to try doing that. Try doing the exact same thing with these. Are they crossing? Looks like they are a little bit. I just advance move this to the side here and then put it there. I don't know if that's going to fit. That's not going to fit as much, I don't think so. Let me try advance moving it, see what it does. Oh, that's how it works. That's how it works. All right. Actually, though, I want to try and see if I can align it on the grid. Like, there we go. Grid align. Because you know how the columns aren't necessarily attached to the grid? They're mostly attached to the corner. I want to try to align it with the grid. Yeah, see, position snap. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work with this kind of scenery. That's definitely not going to work. If I did this, like that. Oh, that's definitely going to be too far up. I want to make sure that it fits like that. And then can it fit? Oh, that's already aligned. Sort of. Just gotta align it there. Like that. No. Like this. And then... yeah, that's not gonna fit like that. Precision is everything in most cases, and this one in particular is no exception. Yeah, like that. Now that's more like it. I'm also going to put a little bit of precision on this one as well. You know how precise people can be with these things, and I think this one I might be on that case too. Like I need to be precise here. If I push this out like that, and then aligned it with the grid. Like, yeah, there's that. No, not crossing through, but going like that, and then aligned like, come on, that. There we go, there we go, I like that. And then I can just duplicate these. Oh. I actually have to align these accordingly. Duplicate and advance move. That's how we do it, right? Right. This is going to take a while. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. Luckily for me, building this was a bit easier than I anticipated, honestly. Not gonna lie, love building this. Now my question becomes, are these even colorable? Because I think, if I go to edit building with selected part, vintage coaster hoarding. Oh, Mouse Hunt's part of the vintage collection. Okay, so that kind of explains everything. But then, oh wait. Ah, colors. Yes. If I changed it like that, oh, that just changes that. Alright, forget that then. Now, I have a quick question. I wonder, is this animated? Okay, it's not animated. I figured just as much. Alright, so whoever gets this design, I'll tell you right now, the designs for the yellow and red mouse panels are not going to be changed. No. What I am going to do, however, is go ahead and just tell you all this. Well, before we do that, though, honestly, though, I kind of like the idea of the open roof concept. It's just unique, in a sense. Unique to my tastes. I honestly didn't expect there to be an open roof concept here, but I know we have an open roof concept over here for this temple coaster over here, this, the Temple Adventure coaster. It's nothing compared to anything else I may have seen. I know Jungle Road also has an open roof design, and I believe, does Jungle Drift also have one? No, they don't have open roof. Alright, so not very common to see open roof designs, especially in areas where there could potentially be rain. Although Planet Coaster doesn't even have rain, so what makes the big difference? So yeah, now that we're done over here, I would like to give you guys a little bit of a heads up that I'm going to be taking a hiatus from Planet Coaster in terms of where I am now, because we're actually at the very end. Well, in terms of what we got here, I still have a whole lot of work to do in terms of getting some queue path work done, some scenery builds. Like, I know there's some particular flat rides over here that already have the 100% prestige or scenery rating. Some of those are flukes, but I can probably one-up those just a little bit if I need to, if they're not already one-upped. But even if they aren't, then pretty sure that we're going to try to one-up these. Or I'm going to try to. As for what's going to happen, eventually, sometime down the line, maybe sometime this year or in 2022, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little Twitter post saying, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, thank you so much for the inspiration and the drive to keep going. Now, because I'm transitioning over from YouTube to Twitch, and to celebrate that, I'm giving this as a final gift for you all. You guys are being named, and you guys are getting your names and colors on these rides. I will inform you all of the details when that Twitter post comes out, and how to get your name on these. So, by all means, if you want your names early, then go right ahead and shout yourselves out in the comments. I've got a lot of flat rides that could be naming. The coasters over here I could also use some names for. Some of the pre-builts, except with the exceptions of this Wild Mouse and Griffin over here, and the corkscrew design, with the exception of those, I am not going to be naming those. So anything in the jungle area is not going to be named. Clear Ice is not going to be named. We're also not going to have these little magnificent rides over here, not going to be named. Basically anything that comes from a blueprint that isn't necessarily a recreation is not going to be named, but kept to its original standards. So most rides in here are going to be named, just not those. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the series as far as I've stood. I hope to improve on this a little better and give you guys a final tour of the whole thing soon, and potentially put this on the workshop. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to the notification bell, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time,